morning, race fans. This is Mr. Clean. You know who I am. It's Friday morning. Actually, right now it's Thursday night, but for all intents and purposes, it's Friday morning of On the Water Anarchy Key West 2008. It's been an amazing week, despite having some hiccups with crappy breeze and other issues. We've had some great racing to bring to you. We've had thousands of people checking in on us. We've got really happy folks back home. We've got racers who are checking in every day and coming up to me and Vegas and Marin telling us what a great job we're doing, and we love it, and we're excited to be bringing you this coverage. Some of our coverage has been brought to you by a bunch of different sponsors. You've seen the links. We hope you're patronizing them and giving them the support that they give us. Today's coverage, our Big Friday, is being brought to you by some fabulous companies that we got a lot of respect for, that are supporters of Sailing Anarchy for a long time, and really just good companies. The first is Farr Yacht Design. It doesn't really need much introduction. The second is Farr Yacht Sales. That's a bit of a newer entry into the sailing market, but also a very respected company. Today's racing should be pretty damn good. Because of the lack of a lot of racing, we've only had 5 races in. There are no throwouts, and there are no teams that can sit out. Everything is up for grabs in pretty much every class. And I've got Bill OMalley from Farr Yacht Sales here to talk to me about what he's got going on, about the company, and I want you to meet Bill and understand why he supports us at Sailing Anarchy and general things like that. So without further ado, Bill OMalley. And Bill, thanks for being with me here.
Thank you, Alan. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for the support. And do me a favor, tell me what you're doing down here. I know you're not sailing on a Farr boat, but tell me what you're doing down here in Key West.
I'm sailing with a Farr customer. Has been a long-time customer of Farr Yacht Sales, Farr Yacht Design with Rima. And currently Rima is owned by John Brim, which is a Rykopu 55. And I'm there coaching, helping the boat to actually sail to its potential, and having some fun at Key West.
Now, you guys had, let's say, a less than perfect performance in the Lauderdale to Key West race. A tough race by anyone's account. 25 plus knots, 8 to 10 foot seas, big stuff. Tell us some of the things that went wrong, because we care about, you know, the car crashes. Tell us some of the stuff that went wrong on a new boat in a tough race.
The boat's fine. Nothing suffered in the boat. We had some mechanical issues in crew work, losing an A5 over the side of the boat, and cost us about 30 minutes of good quality sailing time, getting the sail back on board, and in the process broke a stanchion, ripped the A5 beyond repair, so we spent the last third of the race without an A5, and that was the most important third of the race.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you've been doing with Rima since then? You guys had, I don't know how you did yesterday, the other day we had racing, but today I think it came together a little bit better.
Today was a much better day. We managed to pull a 6 and a 2nd in the last race. Overall, I think we're still in 8th place overall. But we're learning quite a bit about the boat, learning quite a bit about the rig tuning and the setup, and how about trimming main and the coordination of trimming and driving.
And I met John, the owner of Rima, a little while ago, announced that he's a devout Sailing Anarchy fan, and that's a guy who, you know, can afford a X million-dollar boat, who knows. So, you know, anyone who's wondering about who reads Sailing Anarchy, we know who. Everybody reads it. Okay, Bill, do me a favor and tell me, what is it? You know, Farr Yacht Sales is around for about 3 years. It's an offshoot of Farr Yacht Design. I see your ads on Anarchy as well as in the magazines. You guys seem to have a lot of real fast boats. Tell us about what Farr Yacht Sales does, and who you're looking to tell about your company.
Farr Yacht Sales is the brokerage arm of Farr Yacht Design. We work with Farr Yacht clients. We work with clients with other designs to help them into Farr Yacht boats or into other boats, that just selling what they have, moving them into what they want. In a very unique position in the brokerage market, because we've got a lot more data and research on all kinds of boats, not just Farr boats, but in a position to really inform the buyer, inform the seller, provide information that's not readily available to the common boat owner, and in the end of the day, provide very, very good analysis on the product that's being sought.
You talk about information that's not freely available or not that common. What kind of information do you guys compile and that you make available to the guys who are looking for their next race boat?
Well, it's design information, it's rating information, VPP data, comparison between other yachts, and information that you just can't pull out of a magazine or off the internet. It's oftentimes proprietary stuff, that deck plans, sail plans, rig plans, specifically for Farr boats. For other boats, we still have a lot of research that we've collected over the years, and just able to really advise a client as to what is the right boat for their particular environment and their particular fleet that they're racing against.
And you also obviously have the analysis tools that Bruce and Russell Bowler and the rest of Farr make available to you. I'm sure they can help you out with quite a bit of technical data that isn't available to any other broker.
Well, oftentimes, as a result of advising a client on a purchase, we're also able to advise them on some basic optimizations, not a full study, but able to advise them on the boat that they bought, how they might get the best out of it, the most out of it, some simple changes. Beyond that, we can then offer optimization studies.
I know a lot of folks, a lot of friends that work in the industry are seeing some real interest in U.S. built and owned boats to get over to Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and even Singapore, Hong Kong, even China, because of the weak dollar. What are you seeing in the general boat market with regard to international sales and interest?
It's an interesting question. I wish we had more Grand Prix style U.S. boats that we could sell overseas. But for the most part, we're dealing with boats all around the world. Some U.S. based, some not so U.S. based, and really just trading across the globe.
Go on. Booze. It's anarchy. Booze. Go on.
Not much from that.
All right. Okay. So you guys are going to check out Farr Sales with the link at the top of this page. We're going to annoy you with it all day. And the truth is we're making this available for you. It's a lot of work, and it's free to you thanks to guys like Bill and at Farr Yacht Sales and Farr Yacht Design. And we really hope you check it out. I think some other things I think Bill can talk to, and I don't have Bruce Farr here today, I don't have Russell Bowler, but I think Bill also can help us with a couple other things, which I think, my big question is, we got a lot of big things happening in the future. We got a Volvo coming up. We've got a big messy America's Cup mess coming up. But tell me let's say the three things that Farr Yacht Design, who obviously you share the same space and you work with them every day. What are the three things that Farr Yacht Design is most excited about over the next year or so?
That's a very good point. I get to sit in on every Monday morning meeting. I get to overhear the conversations in the design office, so I'm in a pretty privileged position with that regard. The Volvo, I can't speak too much in detail. It's going to be an interesting year. It's going to be an interesting couple of boats, and we're very excited to see what's going to develop from that. Open 60s continue to be just a stronghold for Farr Yacht Design. Again, some very, very interesting developments in the Open 60 class. Our CFD and tank testing data that we've developed is proving some very, very interesting data, very interesting results, and some very interesting changes in yacht design. I think in 2008 and into 2009, a big change for Farr Yacht Design, a big benefit is going to be in the IRC version of boats, which we have not had. We've had great success with boats that are not designed for IRC. Now we're going to have some great success for boats specifically designed for IRC. Beyond that, America's Cup, anyone's guess at this point. We're all anxious to get started into real boats and get away from 90-foot catamarans.
And you say that obviously there's companies like Morelli and VPLP and folks that are very well versed in big cats. Has Farr been consulted at all with respect to with Larry Ellison's challenge?
I don't believe we have. I can't speak firsthand. I don't have first-hand knowledge of any discussions about catamaran designs, but I don't believe we have.
See, I don't ask just the easy questions to our sponsors. And I've had a few drinks, so I'll push it a bit. But actually, the big question, obviously, I met John Brim, your owner, who is, one of the owners who's really doing what we love to see, which is helping to build new, exciting designs, paying us all, paying a bunch of poor schmucks to sail the boats, feeding the industry, helping development. You guys, Farr Yacht Design at the top of their game. Farr Yacht Sales, one of the premier performance boat brokers in the world. You guys are Sailing Anarchy advertisers for quite a while, and now you've decided to sponsor our On the Water report at Key West. Tell us what you think of what Sailing Anarchy's done for sailing in the U.S. and around the world.
We actually get great fun and enjoyment out of reading Sailing Anarchy, and I think, without exception, every person in the office, including Ann and Jennifer and Bobby, read Sailing Anarchy on a daily basis. We check in, we check the stories, we check the forums. We want to see what people are thinking and saying. It's a straight talking website, and that's a breath of fresh air. Sometimes you get pretty good shots, and we've discussed the fact that sometimes Farr Yacht Sales and Farr Yacht Designs have gotten a bit of kick in the ass, but we've enjoyed that. And we enjoy the fact that people take pride in sailing, and we take pride in our product, and we take pride in winning races and continuing to win races. And I would say that Farr Yacht Sales and Farr Yacht Design are still premier in yachting.
Well, I agree with you, and we have some favorites, and there are a lot of great guys out there, great designers and great sellers, but you guys consistently, I think, like any regatta, consistency is what wins it, and you're consistently fast, consistently fun, and we love to have you. Thank you for your support, and we can't wait to do some more things with you and see how you guys go in the Volvo, in the Open 60 class for the next Vaughn Day. Really excited to watch what happens. So thanks again. Our fans all thank you. Our members all thank you. And we're looking forward to tomorrow or today for Farr Yacht Day. So be sure to check out fardesign.com and what's the Farr Design?
FarRyachtsales.com.
FarRyachtsales.com. The link's at the top of the page. We'll be giving you listings throughout the day, as well as little announcements from Farr.
You can hit Farr dresses.
Mayor's going to wear a short Farr dress, apparently. So tune in for that pick, as well as on the top of this page you'll see a link that lets you click through to Farr. Go ahead and click there. There's a short little registration process. Just put your email in, make up an email that you only use for this. We don't care. Okay, guys? The truth is, they're not going to spam you. They're just going to send you news about Farr designs and about new listings.
And pictures of me in Farr Yacht dresses.
And pictures of Mayor barely clothed, wearing short Farr dresses. So thanks again for tuning in. Thanks to Farr. Enjoy Friday on the water. Big air, hardcore shit going on, crashes, bashes, and everything coming down to the wire.
Bye.
See ya.